Alright, YouTube. Sorry you guys didn't get to see me drop the chassis out of the Corvette. I did this over the weekend. Took about 4 or 5 hours to get all this out of here. And we're just tearing it down. We're going to get the engine out today and get this over to the machine shop. So before we get this to the machine shop, we got to get the accessory drive all off of here. They don't want that on there. The engine mounts will stay. Got to get the supercharger off. They don't want that either. We'll leave them the throttle body because they're probably gonna put this on the dyno. AC compressors off of there, just finishing taking the bolts out of the supercharger, and after the supercharger's off, we're gonna go ahead and get the torque tube taken off of here. I've already taken the master bolt out of the bottom to the inspection cover, and for you guys that are doing this for the first time, it's actually pretty easy to do. I've got this particular car down to a science because I've owned it for so long, but you'll see that I've marked everything on here as to what they go to. That's my right ABS, that's my left ABS. That's all your plugs that actually plug into the chassis. And the nice thing about those plugs that go into the chassis is they're actually all color coded. So you'll have blue ones, you'll have white ones. If we come over to this side, you'll see you have white, you have kind of this orange color, and they only plug in one place, which makes it really nice and easy. I remember they do this for speed at the factory, but we've labeled all the wires here as well. You know, grounds, what side of the head they go to. You know, knock sensors that go up in the lifter valley, oil pressure sensors, you know, and just mark it all. It makes it real nice and easy when you're going to put this back together. Okay, so I got all the bolts out of the torque tube housing. I've got all the bolts out of my engine mounts. All the accessories are off, and we are ready to lift this engine on out of here. So the engine's out, it's on the cradle now. I got this all apart. I'm going to take the torque tube apart. I'm going to check out the 6 shooters on it. There's a real big snap ring in the back that you got to take out. And then the shaft just pulls right on out of there. Get those inspected, get that all put back together. While everything's off to the machine shop getting worked on, I will get the transmission out of its case over here. We'll get that mated back up to the transaxle, and that'll all be sitting ready to go. We'll bolt that back up to the torque tube and get it all wired up and everything else, and not a whole lot of wiring to it, but we'll get that all put in there while the engine's off getting its rebuild done. So next thing we're taking off here is the flywheel, and you have to use an impact to get the flywheel off. You may have to use a bar in there to kind of keep it from spinning. But you're gonna have to use an impact because those are all Loctited in there pretty good.